Hello and welcome to my first Let's Play. This Let's Play is of... I started too soon. What a great start. Stronghold! Stronghold was a game made in 2001, so I was only 8 at the time, but it was still a pretty fun game. It is set in a... well, it's a real map of Britain with fictional nations, led by fictional lords. I'll be quiet during the rest of this cutscene.
Life in the old castle. Happy times them were. The people were all so much friendlier. Oh, and how we feasted.
Delicious.
And courted the fair maidens as well. There was work, of course, sharpening our minds. Making us strong. But mainly, I remember it as a happy time. Oh yes, and then there were the neighbors.
Stronghold.
Greetings, sire. Your stronghold awaits you.
And that was the intro. Seems like so much fun. Now, you'll notice that there's black sides on, or black bars on the side of the screen. Not a whole lot I can do about that. I tried moving around what amount of the screen the recorder actually records, and if you're wondering, it's Bandicam, because Bandicam allows me to record anything, whatever I want. However, since this is a program, it actually only records a solid square from the bottom right instead of where I tell it to, so there's nothing I can do about these black bars. I'll try to do that for other games, but if my assumption is correct, since they're an application, it will not work like that the way it would for, say, your desktop. So for those, I apologize in advance. Let's just get right in. There is the combat, and then the economic. I'll do the economic after the combat, because the combat was really the actual main story that this was made after. I mean, come on, it's the Middle Ages. You can't be in the Middle Ages without war and castle sieges and what have you. So let's get right in. Military campaign. There's sieges, which are basically realistic things, like, well, Camelot isn't a realistic thing, but trying to Edinburgh. I have descriptions here and such as I gesture with my hand instead of, well, I don't have the cursor on, so anyway, the Tower of London, and then a bunch of user created maps, and I know I've heard of some of these names. I'm just trying to remember the actual thing without reading the explanations over here. But anyway, you know, one-time thing, you can play the assaulting or the defending. No, wait, that was the next stronghold that you can do that. This is where you're defending, this is where you're attacking. For some reason, there are different ones where you are, you know what I mean. Like, for example, this one, you have your attacking force, which is the little blue one over there, and you have to go through. I can understand that, but then it doesn't have all of the ones from the siege. And then multiplayer, because what's a game without multiplayer? I guess, something. Military campaign. Gathering the Lost. Act 1. The Fallen Kingdom.
As soon as the king had marched his army into the barbarian homeland, rumors began of a plot to seize the throne. When news came of the king's capture, the country was invaded. Several nobles, including your father, sought to end the bloodshed, but on the way to meet for negotiations, their party was massacred by a band of unknown raiders. Bruised and exhausted, you have been beaten back to a forest on an overlooked peninsula, where a small group of loyal troops are hiding. Although the country is lost, maybe from this refuge, you can at least avenge your father's death.
Oh, what a fantastic start to the game.
I say we act now and strike while the iron is hot.
No. The few men we have would be cut down like lambs to the slaughter. We need time to gather our forces.
Nonsense. I shall take 6 of my finest men into enemy territory by the cover of darkness and...
No, just listen. Our men are close to starvation. This is what we must do.
The debate rages on well into the night, but eventually Lord Woolsack takes you to one side.
Sir Longarm tells me he knew your father well, which is why I'm giving you your chance to prove yourself. It is time you got your first taste of command.
So yes, as you can see, that is a map of Britain. Completely fictional, because these are the 4 lords controlling the territory. So you can see there's the rat, the snake, a pig, and the wolf. I believe each of these would be a level. I don't exactly remember, since it's been almost, or maybe over a decade, since I've actually played the campaign in this thing. But yes, as you can guess, with names like Lord Woolsack and Sir Longarm, this isn't exactly real, historic. But it's on the map of Britain, so there's your historic.
We need you to oversee the setting up of a good-sized base camp. Start by finding a suitable clearing, then use some of the wood plentiful in this area to begin your construction.
And that is the objectives. Pretty simple. The objectives page, the hints, I won't really click on those. There's a strategy, of course. This is basically the tutorial areas where it's telling you. And then there's a tutorial itself that tells you the details, in much detail, of all of the basic buildings and later on troops and things that you will eventually find within the level. So let's start. Pretty simple.
Place a keep to site your castle, my liege.
Do stuff.
Site your granary, sire.
Super specific. Do stuff. Right. So all you need to do is, well, let me explain. This is your stockpile that has all of your resources. There's the various resources you'll find. For now, all we really have is wood.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
And this is the granary. As you can see, meat is hanging there. Now here's the Lord. You cannot order him where to walk, but you can actually order him to attack things, but since there is nothing to attack, you can't do that. These are your peasants. As you can see, as this bar fills, more peasants arrive. You can only have a certain amount of peasants, displayed here, and every peasant, as shown by me building a couple woodcutters' huts, will turn into those people, and they still count toward this number. To switch to enlarge the number, you build hovels. Little lady comes out with her baby, and it adds another 8 population. And then there's the hunter's posts, who obviously hunt things, as you can guess, the stuff down here. And they have a pet dog. Now what you can do, since this is just the tutorial, is you can click on them, and it'll actually have names, like Clacky the chicken. I'm trying to click on the other. Henny. So creative.
This policy of no taxes is the least we could expect.
Sam Appleblossom the Hunter. They even have their little lines. Like, for example, if I click on the woodcutter...
This policy of no taxes is the least we could expect.
Sam Apple... Isn't that the same guy?
This policy of no taxes is the least we could expect.
It's so I was clicking on the ground, so it said his line again. Simon Miller, the woodcutter.
Warning, your lordship. A message from your scribe. Animal tracks have been reported in the area, sire.
Oh, fun. Are those from the deer? Because that would... Considering there's a big pile of deer over there, that would make sense. Let's see. Oh, I clicked on Snowy. Running around, as dogs normally do. And Rover.
Granary stocks are very low, sire. Our food stocks are dwindling.
But yes, as you can see, this is the general details. I'll just explain stuff as this is happening, since there's really nothing else to talk about. Lord Hobo. Penniless and loved. Sounds about right. And then there's all the details.
The people love you, my lord.
The most important would be popularity. As you can see, there's a crowding factor. So if you lose houses and there's no place to house the people, it provides
Granary
negative.
stocks are very low, sire.
Oh, tell the hunters to continue hunting and bring food back. Oh, there we go. He has to kill these guys, bring them back, cut them up, and then take the meat over here. Just like these guys have to chop 3 logs. That wasn't a whole lot. I best actually build another. Yes, these guys have to chop logs, which, as you see, parts of the tree actually come off, and when they bring 3 logs home, they will begin sawing them into planks. It's an entire system that you can actually keep track of to see how things are going, which I liked.
Granary
I still
stocks
like.
are very low, sire.
Yes, we know that
Our
we only
food
have
stocks are
3
dwindling,
pieces
my
of food in
liege.
there. That's why we have a hunter bringing in more. And little children playing patty cake. And then like 20 people sitting around a fire. For no particular reason. Probably shouldn't have actually built a house, because I didn't exactly need it at the start. But, oh well. Very small map. Anyway. Popularity, which is the
love you, my lord.
thing we'll be paying attention to the most, because there's all of this stuff that's providing happiness. This big number is the happiness. If it goes below
Granary
Zeeple...
stocks are very low, sire.
Zeeple? Really? I just combined the number 0 with the word people. Oh my god. If this goes below 50%... I don't even know why I said 0 back there in the first place. If this goes below 50%, people will start leaving your castle. And it'll be these guys, then it'll start to be the vital people. Like, you know, the people cutting your food up. So you'll have no food on top of no people. So, like, say it was people were starving in the first place because you didn't have
from your
enough
scribe.
food.
Scouts are reporting that packs of wolves are closing in on the castle. We must
That's
get the supplies stored.
Not too good. So basically, if you run out of food because you don't have enough food people, and your happiness goes low enough, your food people who were making the little food in the first place could leave, or the people that you needed to convert into people who make food. As you can see, there's all of these either empty or mostly empty tabs. These will be completely filled in the future. How close am I to the goal? Really? That's a lot. Probably should have built more hunters posts, but I've been talking too much. Yep. Are we there yet? Oh, 2 pieces and 1 thing of food. Wood. God dang it, speak properly. Why you no speak proper? I'm trying to think of what else to say. I guess I may as well go through this more. Stores of what you can click on when you clicked on that. Oh, there we go. We win. Right as I start blabbing away, we win. Saved you guys.
Victory!
Yay! 8 wood extra get us plus 40 additional score. So literally you could sit there for an hour chopping down every single tree in the world to get like 5 million extra score.